Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day. I have another awesome story from my audience, so let's get into it. Basically, when this is going back probably maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer, I'm not too sure, but I was in grade 8. I was in elementary school, and I was interested in boxing. I tried karate. Karate wasn't for me, so I wanted something a little more advanced, a little more challenging. So, I went to this one place, um, and the first time I went in, the first day it started, I went in by myself. So it was one on one, me and the coach, so the coach could see where I stand and where I'm at, and what do I need to move forward to the next class and stuff. So, basically, he showed me how to do boxing stance and a little bit of basic boxing stuff. And then after that, he's like, "Oh, okay." So then after he says he'll let my parents know when the next class is. He just wanted to see where I was at in it. Never done it before. Nothing. It was the first for everything. So then, my first class, I walked in, I was fairly brand new. I guess the teacher introduced me to, I guess, my classmates, I guess you say. And then we got to work. So, the first thing he got us to do in a group is everyone on the side punch in the punching bag. There was a little bit of running going on. There was a little bit of all sorts of different stuff going on. Um, Learning how to punch, learning how to put the things around your hand to wrap it up, type thing, so you don't break your hand when you're boxing. Different workouts, playing in the ring, and practicing boxing. Different workouts, and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Different training skills. You do that. I did that every week, every other weekend. It was pretty fun. I probably did about I did like maybe 6, 7 classes. Um, I don't know, like close to a year, pretty much. And then my family had to move, so we moved. And then I found a place that was like 10 minutes away from where we moved to. And there was a place there, and it was awesome because it was karate slash, it was mainly karate, but there was classes there for like MMA slash karate style class or something. It was a little bit of boxing skills in there, but it was mainly working out, so it was slash of both. So it's basically to get in shape and lose weight. I did the class. I did I think it was the 90-day class, the 90-day thing. So it's like 90 days. You go there, I think it's 2 times a week. You go there 2 times a week, to work out, and you do it for 90 days, right? And it's all sorts of different workouts. It's like yeah, it's really cool workout, different workout training. It's a really advanced. After the workout, you're tired, you want to go home and go to sleep. Basically, by the time it finishes, um, it starts around supper time, and it finishes pretty much. It's a couple hours, so it's like 2, 3 hours, something like that. And after you're finished, you just want to go home and go to sleep. Sometimes I would eat supper before I go to the gym, but sometimes I would eat after, depending on how I feel. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I learned a lot, basic boxing skills. I got in the best shape of my life. I remember doing it. I lost like 30 pounds just doing that for 90 days. And then what I ended up doing after that is then signing up again and doing it again. It was pretty fun. I did that. I probably did that for like, I don't know, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, something like that. It was pretty awesome, pretty advanced. Um, yeah, there was nothing bad about it. I did that for the longest time. It was a good workout. I got in shape. I loved it. I loved the results. There was nothing about it that wasn't bad about it. I mean, yes, it is a workout. It is hard, but after you do it long enough, it's kind of like easy peasy. You can do it. It's pretty awesome. It's a good way to keep yourself in shape. I was still in school at this time. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, so, you learn different skills and stuff. The rule is, the rule is, I remember I guess, I don't know if it's, like, at every gym, especially boxing gym or anything you're learning. Like, if you're in a fighting class and you're learning basic, protective skills, the coach will tell you that, you can't use this fighting outside the class. You're learning this for self-defense. Like the teacher said, that he hears that you're fighting at school or fighting anything out of school or anything without you know what I mean, then you'll be in trouble. And there's a point that the coach could kick you out for that because the coach is not teaching you for violence. They're teaching you for the goodness of goodness for you, like basically means, you know, they're teaching you for good, for safety reasons, not so, you know what I mean? So yeah, so it's pretty awesome. Um I'm pretty happy I did it, It learned me discipline, it learned me self-defense, stuff like that, you get in shape and stuff. I mean, I remember when I went to school, I remember people. I don't know if they were jealous that I was doing it. I don't know if they didn't believe I did it. I don't know. But there was a few kids, like, for some reason, like, "Oh, are you? Are you? Are you just saying that?" And I was like, I'm not the type of person to sit there and argue with them. I don't need to prove anything. That's the type of kid I was. I was like, if you don't believe me, don't believe me. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what they say because at the end of the day, I know it's true because I'm doing it. If I wasn't, I would just say I wasn't. I was a very honest kid. So there was some kids there, like, just asking me the teacher, this and that, and I don't know. They said no, no, and I said yeah, um, and then I guess after they searched up and they're like, oh, okay, they're like, okay, you're telling the truth eventually, but it's like they wanted a reaction out of me. They didn't get a reaction or anything, and I just said it the way it was, and that was it. And I just moved on with my day and did my own thing, hung out with my friends. These kids weren't really my friends. They were just people that I had in my class that I wasn't a really big fan of, and I don't think they were a big fan of me either. It's not like we ever had problems or anything. I think just some people don't vibe with some people. Everyone has their own people they like to hang out with, their own people, just like high school. When you're in high school, you get to find the people that you fit in with. You get to find the people that you want to hang out with. Well, I mean, anytime in life you get to choose and pick, but I mean, once you get in high school, it seems to change a little bit for some reason. But yeah, it was really awesome. I felt good. I felt comfortable. You know, I was pretty good shape. 30 pounds down. Very thin, stomach flat, decent muscle tone. I was in best shape of my life. And my one parent, I remember I showed him the results. I was kind of showing off a little bit. And he's like, wow, he was surprised. He's like, you're in really good shape. Wow. You know, he's like, you're in really good shape. That's awesome. And he gave me a really good compliment. Said, keep up the good work. Actually, my dad was kind of like, I remember my father was like very happy for me. He showed it. He was surprised. He was like, wow. He said I was like in really good shape. I was like, he could tell. And he was surprised. He was like, wow, that's awesome. He was like happy for me. And then he kind of started asking me about it because he was like, he was thinking of maybe doing it because he thought it was kind of cool or something. He, stuff like that. So it's really awesome. When other people are intrigued in it or interested in what you're doing, it's pretty awesome. And they ask you questions and stuff, and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I didn't wear the best clothes. Well, I mean, I guess fitness, you don't normally wear your best clothes anyways. I wore like track pants and like a track suit, something that didn't look very good. If I went out to a family get together or something or meet up with friends, I probably wouldn't wear the suit, but it's for working out. So yeah, thank you for everyone for listening to my story. I really appreciate it. I hope my audience can relate to my story in some sort of way. Knowing that people relate to my videos and enjoy my stories is the best feeling in the world as a small creator. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow with another awesome quality video. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a good day, and I will see you tomorrow with another awesome quality story. Bye, everyone.